Hello and welcome to my video. In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to the Artistly 4.0 AI tool. This is a image generation tool that has several significant features that I think make it really cool. It also has some problems that I think make it very uncool. So I'm going to show you Artistly, the good, the bad, and the very ugly. Let's begin by going over to my browser. Now, Artistly runs as a web-based app, so it runs in the cloud and stores all your stuff in the cloud, and then you can export images from it. I'm going to go to app.artistly, that's artist with L-Y on the end, .ai, which is their interface. And here they have a promotion for several of their tools and some tutorials that you can watch that are pretty good to learn the tool. They're complete, but they're somewhat tedious to go through. The presentation isn't the slickest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to Create Design, and I have a choice between a simple, fast designer or the advanced AI designer, which I'm going to use. And I'm going to come in here. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you how to make a book cover, because that's what I've been doing lately. And Artistly is really good at making book covers, but it has one really frustrating feature that I can't get around. And I'm going to show you that and then talk about a workaround. So here I'm going to say, let's start creating. Let's give it a project name, Sample Book Cover. And the size that I use for book covers is 8 inches tall by 5 inches wide. So it wants the width, and 5 inches wide at 300 DPI is 1500 pixels. So I fill in 1500, and then I want 8 inches high, which by 300 is 2400. So I make something that looks like a book cover size. And here you can see the book cover size. And here are several of the book covers that I've generated so far. Now, how did I do this? Well, what you do is you come over to AI Designer, click on that, and we're going to make it a phone style or a mobile device size. And then what I do is I give it a simple prompt. So I want to create an 8-inch by 5-inch book cover for a small town cozy mystery, and we'll use one of my wife's books named Moving Violation by Melanie Jackson. There we go. It's a simple prompt, and it's pretty much the minimum that I can supply to tell it what I want. I want a book cover that's this size, small town cozy mystery, tells it what type of book cover it is, and it can even interpret the name Moving Violation, and it should include the author name. Now, I could just run this by saying generate image, but notice this. This is a clever part of Artistly, is that you can enter prompt magic. And what it'll do is it will enhance your prompt. It will look at your prompt and it'll consider what is everything that this prompt is missing that could describe the image I'm creating. And now here's the much larger prompt that it generated. So I could come here and I can modify things in the prompt. Let's say I wanted to change the title. Let's say I wanted to change where it's set. I could do all that manually here, but there's even a better way in Artistly. You come to the Edit Prompt with AI. Now I'm using prompts to modify my prompt. So if I look at this, it says it captures the essence of a quaint small town setting and all of this about a small town. And let's say I want to make it the big city instead. Now I could go in and I could edit this prompt and figure out all of the places where it talks about small town. Or I could just say, change the setting for this book cover from a small town to the big city. So I give it this prompt to modify the prompt, and it comes in and it modifies the prompt. And when we see it the next time, which I'm going to click on it in the wand again so that I can get it to expand, it's now talking about the vibrant big city instead of small town. So I've just changed the complete theme of this prompt by using a prompt to modify the prompt. Now, once I'm happy with this, I come here and I say generate image. And after about 20 seconds, it gives me the book cover that it created. And I just click on it to move it into here. Now, this worked really well. One thing that it does, I found, is that it will take your actual words and it will make them wrong. It will misspell them. Now, I don't know why it does that, but it didn't do that here. What I want to do is I want to see if I can get it to generate the problem that I encounter constantly with book covers. So this is a pretty good book cover. It's the big city, and I like it. It looks very dramatic, but let's see if we can create some problems here so I can show you a problem with Artistly, or at least with the AI engine that they're using. Here we go. This is what I wanted. So let's bring up this. Here's a new moving violation. It got the words and the name correct. It didn't misspell them. But look, it put GORP text in here. Now, I don't want this GORP text, and there's really no way to change the GORP text. You can't tell it through the prompt. I've tried many times to tell it to include only the title and the author name and to not include any other text, but it does it anyway. Now, Artistly gives you a tool, this object remover, that should be able to solve the problem. If I click on this, I get a little pen here where I can circle things and I can say, get rid of it. So let's say I want to get rid of this text. I highlight it and I say remove. And it should be gone. But here you can see that it's not gone. All it's done is it crumbled it up and misspelled it even worse. So what I end up having to do if I like a book cover that I get out of Artistly is that I export it here. Here's the export. So I can export it as either a PNG or a JPEG. I usually use PNGs. And then I bring it into PowerPoint. And here I'll cut out the sky and use that as a color. And I'll try and cover the text. So I end up having to edit things in another editor after they come out of Artistly. I've reported this bug to the development team, and they haven't responded. There is no way to stop Artistly from creating this garbage text. There is no way to remove it after it creates it. So you got to do it in an external program. That's a real problem. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you is let's save this, and then we'll come to my media library, which is where all the covers are I've created. Let's say we like this cover. So let's use this image. We'll come here, and one of the things that I can do here in AI Designers, notice you have Image Generator, which is what I just showed you, and then you also have Mirror Magic. Now I can say Mirror Magic, and here I select an image on the canvas, so I'm selecting this image, and it populates it into Mirror Magic, and then I say Generate Prompt. And what it does is it uses AI to analyze the image that I've got, and it puts an AI description. Now I can come in here and I can modify this. So I can say, it says it's changed it to the moving violation. Oh, okay, that's an example where it changes your title on you. The moving violation, it's supposed to be moving violation, so it put an additional word in here. Let's say we want to get rid of that word. So I highlight it here on the prompt, and I say delete with, and here it's saying the, so I don't want the in here, with violation in white and moving in red. And the author's title, there we go. So now I've captured the essence of this image. Now I say generate image, whoops. I generated a square. Let's regenerate it as a mobile device size, which is more or less my book cover size. By the way, I'm cutting out the processing time in this video, but it only takes about 20 seconds to half a minute to generate the book. And notice I modified the prompt to get rid of the, so it doesn't say the anymore. And this is an interpretation of that cover that I started with. So this is how to use Artistly 4.0 to create your own book covers in this case. You could use it to create thumbnails or memes or anything you want, but to create book covers based on a simple prompt that you create or by interpreting another book cover. I can go to Amazon and right-click on book cover images and say Save Image and then import it into Artistly. Get Artistly through Prompt Magic to create a prompt that interprets that book cover, and then I can use it to generate my own version of that book cover. So you can create images from winning posts, winning ads, great book covers that you've seen. You can create an interpretation of them using Artistly. So I just got done with creating this video, and then I posted it to YouTube and I watched it, and I noticed that Artistly had messed up several times on book covers that I didn't catch. And I want to bring these up and show you these problems. This is a real problem with Artistly. Here it's supposed to be, I said moving violation, and it said the moving violation. It forgot the A in this particular one. So the A is missing, which is a problem. I'd have to regenerate this. And the problem is when you regenerate these to hope that it will actually spell things correctly, it completely reinterprets the cover, so your cover is gone. So if I wanted to use this cover, I would have to somehow in an external editor figure out how to put the A in on violation and get rid of the. Let's go and look at another cover here on moving violation. This version, once again, it forgot the A and it put garbage text in here. Let's go look at another one. Here we have the latest one that I had, which I thought was good. It has moving violation with the A, but look, it spelled my wife's name wrong. So this is a real problem with Artistly, or at least the AI engine that they're using. You enter text that you want to be on your image, and it completely messes it up. So you have to fix it in an external program. Well, that prompts you, why not just generate images? This is what I recommend. Forget text in Artistly. It can't do it. So generate just images, bring them into an external program, and edit it up to add the text. It's kind of sad that this tool has that kind of deficiency. And notice that if you look at their templates, that they're heavily into text-based things. So I can, once again, use Prompt Magic to interpret these prompts effectively. When I use a template, that's what they're effectively doing. And it says, put this text in, and then who knows if it's ever going to get it right. It probably won't. So it makes Artistly vastly unusable.